Yes, this is the current temperature of the river I'm about to swim in. Good morning, y'all. It's 7:45. Just got up. But I'm not gonna eat just yet. I just ain't got it in me to eat right away. But anyways, this is me waking up. This is how I sleep if you're curious. It's how I've slept for the last 3 years. This is my blanket. The first thing I'll do when I wake up and I drink a bunch of water. So this is 50 ounces. I'll drink one of these within 15 minutes of waking up. Flushes you out. Something I started doing way back when I was living in Alaska in 2010. So take that for what it's worth. That's one of my best. That's one of the good habits I've had my whole life. From just drinking a bunch of ice water. All right. So we're about to have our first meal. It's 9 o'clock, so it's been about an hour and 15 minutes or so since I got up. Got my shower, crap, everything. We're good. So now we're gonna have our first eggs, which normally I'd be waiting another like 6, 7, 8 hours to eat. But since we're doing this keto bro diet, metabolism reset, here we go. So I'm just gonna show y'all how to make. I'm gonna show y'all how to fry eggs. It's the easiest thing in the world, but I know for some reason it frustrates a lot of people and they struggle with it. It's like rice. Eventually, I'll show how to cook rice. There's an easy way to cook rice. You'll never fuck it up ever. Same thing with fried eggs. I'm going to show you how to fry some eggs. Perfect every time. And then you may break some yolks the first couple times, but do it enough and you'll be fine. Just trust me. Alright, so meal number one, obviously, as I've said, 6 eggs. So you can use butter, but since we're doing this, I'm using this avocado spray because this is way less calories than butter. Just boom. That's going to be like one couple grams of fat maybe. As opposed to 10 to 20 from 1 or 2 tablespoons of butter. And this is a really good non-stick pan anyway. Easy way to crack eggs. If you have an issue cracking eggs and you get shells everywhere, boom. Easiest way to crack eggs. Boom. Oh, see, broke a yolk. Oh well. When you cook thousands of eggs, you're going to break a yolk every once in a while. This happens. Oh, I just dropped a eggshell on there. Let's grab it. Let's grab it. Boom. See? Simple. No reason to get upset. Alright. There we go. 6 eggs. So I got this on high and I'm going to keep it there until it starts bubbling and all this turns white. See how they start to bubble up? And see how these are still, these whites are thick right here? I just break those up a little bit. Just break those up and get some of that white to run to this area. Alright, it's starting to get nice and solid, so boom. Now we start flipping them. And there's no special way to do it. You don't have to be, you just boom, just like that. You're not trying to be fancy. You're just trying to make runny yolk fried eggs. Nope. Bam, just like that. No cracked yolks. I mean, this one was that way when it started. Then I turned the heat off because the pan of the heat, or the heat from the pan, that was enough to finish cooking them. So boom, salt, pepper, red red pepper, table blend, just like that, you got 6 beautifully runny yolk fried eggs. Now that wouldn't, if I cook those in butter, they're going to taste a tiny bit better and then they just slide right out. But since I'm trying to conserve the fat, it's a little more sticky. And boom, just like that. That quick. But ow. And then, so it took about 2-3 minutes to cook. This is how easy it is to eat. We're just going to slurp. So slurp city. If you get a little yolk on you, that's perfectly fine. And just like that, we got 6 perfectly nice fried eggs with runny yolks. And now, we just go to Slurp Town. Well, these are amazing. 4.5 fat. Times 6, that's 27. And then the protein's 42 grams. So 27 grams of fat, 42 grams of protein for the England Best extra large eggs. Could not ask for better keto macros. For high protein keto, anyway. And I never get sick of these. Another example of why I'm so damn big is I would eat 4 or 6 eggs like this, and then 4 big ass marrow wheat toasts with like literally about 2/3 a stick of butter between all of it, and then like half a pound of sausage. And then if I really was feeling frisky, I'd make a big thing of hash browns, and that was my breakfast. It was probably like 2,000, 3,000 calories. I don't know. Which is perfectly fine with keto toast as a nomad. I mean, that's pretty good macros. That plus a big whey protein shake. Hell yeah. So good. Just biting into that and having that yolk burst in your mouth with the nice firm cooked whites. There's just nothing like that. Especially with steak. Oh, I love these with steak because the yolks make like a sauce. I'll show you that later because that's going to be one of our later meals. All right, slurps up. We're at home, we're not in a restaurant or eating with anyone, so if we get a little yolk on our beard, we don't give a shit. That just means it's good. Obviously, if we're eating out or something, we're going to have a little better manners, but we're at home, baby, so why would I front and eat any different for y'all than I would normally? That's exactly what I do, and that's exactly what I'm going to do 4 or 5 more times a day. All right, it's a little afternoon. Time for meal number 2. Surprise, surprise. Fried eggs. Yeah. From here on out, I'll make sure it's not just 6 fried eggs because I'll make it interesting for y'all. I got a couple things planned, but. All right, here we go. We're about to get in this bitch. I just don't like it because I'm not sure how deep it is and I can't see it. But it sounds like it's only like 5 feet, but I've trusted that before and it didn't work out, so. Let's see it, but I found a nice little out that somehow magically finds the sun. I found a nice little entry point right there, so I'll be able to just sit down and kind of dangle my legs and just see it. And Yeah. Woo-wee. If I knew this was deep enough and all that, I would just jump in, but I don't. So I gotta ease myself into it. Ooh. Whew, there we go. That's not too bad. Really murky, muddy. Now, how fast does it drop off? Oh, holy shit, that's deep mud. Oh, fuck. All right, timer starts. I don't know. I don't have a timer. Let's go. Ice water bath, baby. Haven't done this in a long time. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Whole body hurts. That's the cold. This was just ice just a few days ago. Woo. Let's go. Ha. Ha. Woo. 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 Oh, yeah. Woo. Okay, that's not bad. Now I know. Oh, I can just fall backwards. We're good. Oh. There, now I'm starting to warm up. Woo. You just got to give it a minute. You start to warm up. Oh, yeah. Treading water, baby. Which I don't have to. I can float. Float. Fat boy equity. Can't been in here much more than a minute. Oh yeah, there we go. Body's warming up. And y'all are going like, oh yeah, that means you're getting hypothermic. But no, you have up to 10 minutes before you even have to think about hypothermia. Whew. Believe me, I've taken baths in rivers with snow and ice still on the banks. We didn't have running water, so I had no choice. But it has been a long time, and I might be off camera. Hold on. Okay. I hope I wasn't off camera that whole time. Oh yeah. Woo! All right, I think we're gonna have to start doing this consistently. I'd love to go out to one of the pretty lakes, but I don't trust my car yet. Whew. Oh yeah. Okay. I could definitely stay in here long. Body's going numb. I'm not complaining, I'm explaining it. I'm documenting what's happening. My body is going numb right now. Like I know my arms feel tingly. Well, they've been feeling tingly, now they're numb. Like that's like, oh yeah, that's like a shock. That's almost like an electrical shock when you do that. Whew, which is good. Body's protecting the organs. Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! Wee! Yeah, buddy boy. Making them thermo gains, baby. Complimenting those weight gains. Fat loss. Woo! Thermogenic treatment, baby. Okay. Woo! It has been better. Let's see, when was the last time? That road trip with Esposito, that was the last time I was in glacier water. And that was about 26. No, that was 13 years ago. When I was 23. At Kenai Lake. Whew. Okay. All right, that's good. I don't know how long that was, but I'm happy with that. Let's see if we can find a rock to stand up on. Nope. Oh, I hate the mud so much. Oh, I hate mud so much. I hate it. Woo! Let's go, baby. Ow! Whew. I guess the Alaskan side of me happy, bro. That's why I want to go to Norway and do some depth diving with the bros. I was born and raised in this shit, but it's been a while. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, everything's completely numb. I can't feel shit except electrical charges. I'm going like, psst, 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 psst. It's like a mini taser. Psst, psst, psst. Literally. Psst, psst, psst. Hopefully this helps with the varicose veins too. I was reading it's supposed to, especially when I start busting out the sauna. I wonder how long that was. Probably like 3 minutes. This really helped. I liked having this little platform. I wouldn't have liked having to step off the dirt. So, feel free to kick W in the comments. I'd probably laugh at me too, being a baby, but I just don't like cloudy water, bro. I don't care about the cold. I can't handle that cloudy, murky water. Especially in the South. Now, in the South, where there's cottonmouths, part of the reason is I got chased by a cottonmouth when I was 7 years old at my grandma's. I wish my grandma and my mom were still alive to tell that story. No one could tell it like they can. But long story short, my grandpa used to give me a big pill bottle full of 22s shells, and I'd go down, he had 2 stock tanks, and I'd go down shooting. And so I had one that had catfish and everything. It was a nice one, and then the other one was run down, old, wasn't really used. And so, of course, I went down there just looking around, and then out in the middle of it, there was a log, and a cottonmouth was sitting on it sunbathing, and I started fucking with it, throwing rocks and shit at it. Well, needless to say, that pissed it off, because cottonmouths are crazy and they're aggressive. So it got off that log and started swimming at me, and then it got to about, let me see, it got to about a little farther than that, and I started freaking out. And it started backing up and running, and then it started going faster, and then it chased my ass all the way back to my grandma, and they fucking hop, if you don't know that. It's like a weird, like a thing. And that son of a bitch chased me all the way back to my grandma's house. So, I don't know why that would have anything to do with cloudy, murky water, but other than, I don't know. I think maybe that's the first experience I had with murky water, because in Alaska it's like all crystal clear except the Kenai River, but it's turquoise and it's a little different. Which that's a crazy river. That river will kill your ass. But that's a deep river, deep and fast. I mean, it's one of the best salmon fishing rivers in the world. And then I lived right off a side river of it called the Funny River. And there's a lot like this, except smaller. A lot smaller than this, but same type of deal. Whew, but you could see it. It was crystal clear. Oh, look at bubbles. Yeah, that's deep mud in there. I didn't like that. I didn't like being that deep in freaking mud. I almost want to jump in again. Just to show the bros, you don't have to be scared of the cold. You know, this is literally just a few days after it melted. So it's ice cold. This is about as cold as it gets. I don't have a thermometer, but you don't have to be scared of the cold. You're not going to freaking seize up and go hypothermic or any of that. I've warmed up. I got feeling back. I'm going to do one more plunge. Like I said I would do, I'm going to fall back. Whee! Woo! Let's go.
I love this shit. Ha-ha! Yeah! Woo-hee! See, y'all thought I was joking when I said I was going to float down this river this summer. I ain't going to do it now, obviously, but because that would get your ass hypothermic. Yep, I'm going to float down just like this. Whee! Whew. Nice and 60 degrees. There's no sun, but it's nice. 60 degrees, no wind. It's very pleasant, especially when you get out of this freaking ice water. Oh yeah. Whew. So that's the thing with cold. I'll tell you the secret with cold. Growing up in Alaska, playing in the snow in my underwear and all that. The secret is knowing the thresholds of when it's dangerous. Knowing when you're going to get frostbite. Knowing when you're going to get hypothermic. Like I know 99.99% of the time, you have nothing to worry about within 10 minutes. As long as you get yourself out and warmed up within 10 minutes, you're fine. It could be as cold as it is. But once you know that, then you know it's just pain. It's just stress, which, as we all know, stress is growth. Good stress. You know what I'm saying? Fasting, that's a form of stress. All that good stuff. So, you know, kind of like with the cold, I know my measure is when my nose hairs freeze. When I breathe in and my nose hairs freeze, that's when I know it's too cold and I need to be covered for more than like 10, 15 minutes. But if I breathe in and my nose hairs don't freeze, I ain't worried. Unless there's a really big wind. That's the caveat to that. But, all right, that's good. No reason to push it. That's a good first session. Oh, man. Yeah. Having this culvert here is amazing. Oh yeah. That's so funny how that works too. It's literally an electrical shock. I actually don't know why that is, but it's just something I've always noticed. Anyone that's done a cold plunge should knows what I'm talking about. Now again, I grew up in this, so it's different. I can understand completely someone that's never done that freaking the fuck out. Getting in there and they're like, ah, you know, freaking out. Because again, it's all a mental thing. Once you understand, you're in no danger. Okay. Almost non-existent danger as long as you can swim. That's funny, when I feel it in my triceps. It's been a long time since I felt that. I forgot what that feels like when your extremities just start shutting down. At least my arms, my legs are fine. My legs can handle cold like nothing. I mean, I never wear pants or anything. It has to literally be like 10 below with wind chill before I even fuck with pants. I always keep them in my car, though. I'm not an idiot. So, I learned that in Alaska. You always keep a survival kit, heavy coat, boots, heavy socks, and good heavy pair of sweatpants or some kind of pants in there. But you never know. Alaska, you break down, you can be 2 or 3 days from anybody. freaking. See, the geese are even laughing at me. They're like, geese are talking shit. They're like, get out of our pond, bitch. There's all these prickly things. What is all that prickle shit? This ain't Texas. There's not supposed to be prickle stuff everywhere.
Damn, I forgot how good that shit feels. But man, that water was nasty. It smelled like I was washing sewage off my shoes and stuff. But whatever. And I'm going to wait actually a little bit before I eat, just because whatever fat just got metabolized, I want it to get used up, and then I'll eat probably about 30 minutes or an hour. Alright, so we're going to make a nice steak, egg, and cheese with onion, garlic, jalapeno omelet. First things first, definitely using butter for this. So we're going to get some couple tablespoons of butter. There. We're going to saute the onion and jalapeno. We're going to put just a ton, just like a dash of olive oil. Go. And our 6 eggs. This eat simple, salt, a little bit of pepper. And we'll season the steak once we saute the steak. Alright, now it's starting to get nice and caramelized, so now I'm going to add the steak. That way it continues caramelizing as the steak cooks, because the steak's going to cook quick because it's cut into strips. This is a little over half a pound of steak. So the steak, we're going to add salt, pepper, and that's it. You can add some more stuff, but don't need to. Gonna again put just a tiny bit of Worcestershire in there just for that flavor. Alright, steak's about halfway cooked, so now I'm gonna throw the garlic in. All right. It's good. This is fairly lean sirloin, so we don't really want it getting much more done than that. All right, a little more butter, because that's what makes an American omelet American, is the brown butter on the bottom. So, about 3 tablespoons total of butter for this omelet. Yeah, that's good. Whip it up some more. Get it nice and airy. You want to get air in those eggs, so it makes the omelet nice and fluffy. There we go. Nice and foamy. Another taste test. Chef's privilege right there. Now, I don't really care about making the most pretty, perfect omelets. That's one reason why I didn't pursue cooking as a chef, because I have zero patience for all the pretty part of it. Because it's like, I'm about to eat it, so why does it need to look pretty? I get why the art, I mean, that's the art part of it, or that's part of the art. But yeah, not for me. I just want to eat it. All I care about is it tastes good. I don't care if it looks pretty. But all you're doing is you're just peeling it back, the cooked stuff, and you're letting the fresh, uncooked stuff fill in that space. I think a misconception with omelets is you want it all cooked before you want this a little bit of runny when you, well, you'll see. There we go. Perfect. So see how there's a little runny in there? That's how you make the best omelets. So now we take our cheese. Turn the heat down. Alright, boom. I messed up. I should have put, oh well, boom, like that. And that, my friends, is how you make a massive 6-egg American omelet. Yippee! I just turn this pretty down low, and then I just let it sit and slow cook to let that cheese melt and all that gooey's. Because you just want to steam the inside of that and cook the rest of that egg a little bit. But you don't want it completely cooked. That's how it makes a good omelet, is a little bit of, not necessarily runny, but not this cooked egg. You want it to sit and kind of steam a little bit. Bow, just like that. Ooh! Tell me that don't look sexy. Look at all that nice brown butter. Ooh! Ooh! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That gets my inner fat boy all excited. And this, my friends, is why I'm ketovore. I will take that over chicken and rice any day of the week. Not saying this is better than chicken and rice, but for me it is. I can do this for life. I can't do chicken and plain rice for life. Ugh. All right. Now, as we eat this delicious, succulent, amazing omelet, let's talk for a minute. So I see a lot of confusion in my chest workout about what I'm doing. The whole reason I up my calories a little bit and I'm doing 5 or 6 meals a day for the 2 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks, is a metabolism reset. I've been fasting for a very long time. Even when I was fat, I was still only eating once or twice a day. I was just eating 10,000 plus calories and not moving. So, but this is the first time in I don't know how long where I'm eating 5 or 6 meals a day. And I'm doing good. And this is the first time I've ever done that with keto. The last time I ate like this was in 2007 when I was training with a guy named Brad Lamb who took me under his wing. And it was a typical bro diet. And of course, I was mentally weak and in a horrible mind space. And anyways, I've talked about it before. I binge like crazy on the weekends. So the whole purpose of this, because Thomas DeLauer talks about it, and all that, taking time off of fasting. And I love fasting. I didn't want to do this, but I'm doing it as a challenge and because I believe there's benefit to it. So what I learned from the last 28-day period where I lost 15 pounds of fat and gained 4.5 pounds of muscle is that 3,000 calories, 2,800 to 3,000 calories, which was my goal, is actually, because my thinking was that was maintenance, and then I was throwing myself in a deficit with my workouts. But I was losing over 0.5 pound of fat a day on average, which is like 1,800 calories, 1,750 calories worth. So that's how much of a deficit I was in. That's how much I'm burning. So when you see me all drenched in sweat, I'm burning a lot in those workouts. Plus I'm doing the walking and the cardio. But my workouts are like sprints. When I'm doing the high intensity and I'm going to failure, that's like a sprint. I'm like running 10 to 20 sprints a workout. Hard sprints. And then I'm doing sprints on top of that. And then I'm doing recumbent bike or walking cardio. And then like today I did, I swam in an ice cold river for a little over 10 minutes total. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. I don't care if I lose any fat the next 2 or 3. Obviously, I hope I do, but that's not really my goal. And it's my total fat loss should be lower because I'm not fasting, and 2, I'm eating near closer or even a little tiny bit. I'm trying to get actually a little bit of surplus. So I think I need to up it to 3,500 calories and 400 grams of protein. Because the whole purpose of that is to take my metabolism and I'm just taking a defibrillator to my metabolism, right? And I'm just kickstarting it, which is kind of a natural thing. You would go through periods of scarcity and abundance. So I'm simulating a period of abundance or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm simulating that as opposed to where I'm only eating that one meal a day. Now I'm sitting here eating a bunch of many times a day. So I don't know. Hope that makes sense. And then we'll go back to our fasting 3,000 calories because that's what I love. I don't care how successful this is. Like I could lose 10 pounds of fat and gain 10 pounds of muscle and I would still go back to fasting because that's what I could do for the rest of my life is deep fasting with keto. But it seems to be important to sprinkle in
metabolism resets like this. So that's what we're doing. Now, enough talk. Munch and munch, crunch and munch, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look at that. That is so good. If you've never made an omelet like that, mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. And this is why keto's for me. This is diet food. This is literally diet food. This is my chicken and rice and broccoli. Now, I'm not saying this is better than your typical bro diet. Countless people have lost a shitload of weight doing that. I think what it comes down to is, are you willing to give up carbs or are you willing to give up fat? I think those two things are the compromise. And I want my fat. I would much rather have fat and protein than carbs without fat, because I love carbs, but I need fat with them. I do not like carbs without fat. And I think that's what it comes down to. But I love meat and fat, protein and fat without carbs. So that's really what it comes down to. Each to their own. And I really think that's what it boils down to. Would you rather have carbs or would you rather have fat? That being said, I don't think you need to sit here and watch me eat this whole thing. Seltzer water. I love the zeros. Mountain Dew Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero. But when I'm cutting, right now I don't want any chemicals or anything. So I love sparkling water anyway. But at some point, whenever I go to more traditional keto and start adding vegetables and stuff back in, I'll drink me a Dr. Pepper Zero or Mountain Dew Zero or Root Beer Zero or something every once in a while. But I still love sodas. Although I'll take ice water overall. I feel blessed in that measure, as I love ice water. If there was only one thing I could have for the rest of my life, it would be ice water 1000%. But I do love these. This is a strawberry one. There's no sweetener, no nothing. It's just essence, whatever that means. That's so good. Of course, you never know with natural flavor. There's like 1,000 things that could be, but whatever. For the fourth meal, since we had a rich omelet, just a little protein shake, 3 scoops. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I just ate without freaking thinking about filming it, because it's 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, I just made that steak and 6 eggs. And there's the final macros. And one final time, this isn't my normal fasting keto macros. This is for a 2 to 4 week metabolism reset. I already explained that earlier, but for anyone that just skipped to this part. There's your day of eating. I hope you got something out of it. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow for deadlifts.